Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Shock. We're going to be taking this motorcycle on the freeway, and we're going to talk to you about why atheism is not the default position. Atheism is not the default position. Let me explain. Many atheists will say, well, atheism is the default position, so all the burden is on Christians, for example, to basically convince people to believe in God. And this is a lie. The atheists are lying when they say that. They're incorrect. In fact, every time they do a Gallup poll, a Newsweek poll, a survey, it actually says the majority of Americans here, I'm in the U.S., believe in God. So belief in God is the default position, not atheism. Check this out, and then we'll go ride. It says, Newsweek, 91% of Americans believe in God, only 3% atheists. Atheism is not the default position. 91% is the default position. 3% is the foolishness. Let's put this atheism foolishness where it belongs. So, when you guys hear atheists, when they respond to you, those sweet, lovable, cuddly atheists, let's start this up, and I gotta reset my odometer because I just gassed up. See how it says 113 miles? I can go, watch, let me reset it, watch it turn to 0. I can go like 150 miles on a tank, probably more, but I just ride it like how I want to ride it. Let me get the camera situated in here. So atheism, you are not the default position. Belief in God is the default position. Now, why do atheists dishonestly say that they're the default position when they're obviously not? They're 3%. They're but a squeak in society. The reason why they say that, and I've noticed this, is atheists will use what they lack against you. For example, atheists know that they lack proof and evidence or any type of data that atheism is even accurate and correct. So what they'll do is they'll tell Christians, well, where's your proof and evidence? And we have all kinds of proof and evidence. The historicity of Jesus Christ. Matter of fact, click below this video and you can hear me talk to atheists for 40 minutes about the historicity of Jesus Christ. I proved my side. But atheism, listen, you guys got to quit saying you're the default position. It shows how ignorant you are. It's not the default position. You just saw that the majority of people believe in God. I'm the default position. People that believe in God are the default position. Now, I would also like to ask my sweet, lovable, cuddly atheist subscribers, would you do me a favor? Would you read the Bible at least once? Please, go open up the first page of Romans. You're going to find it near the middle back of the book. Okay? And the first page of Romans talks about how God has said all of creation, take a look around, all of creation is proof enough of his existence. And it even says that you and I will be without excuse. It's not going to be like that idiot Richard Dawkins said, well, because they asked him, what are you going to do when you stand in front of God? Well, when I stand in front of God, I'm going to ask him, well, where was the proof and evidence? What an idiot. What an idiot Dawkins is. So what happens is God is going to say, hey, first book of Romans, all this creation is proof and evidence enough for you. You're without excuse. So, let's get going here. Now, let me teach you guys how to be a sweet little atheist. If you're an atheist, the first thing you got to do is start being honest. Quit saying you're the default position when everyone knows you're but a squeak in society, 3%. The default position is believing in God. That's the default position. So let's get that straight. So from now on, every time an atheist says to you, well, atheism is the default position, show them facts, something that atheists are rarely looking at. Say, how could it be the default position when only 3% of the people are atheists? That's a squeak. That's not a default. Atheism's a squeak. So ask them that. Say, the default position is belief in God. Now, do you guys know that the Bible clearly says that everybody believes in God? Did you know that? It is not something that someone has to learn about. It's in our nature. Do you know how certain birds will fly a certain direction for the winter and etc. And beavers know how to build dams and stuff like that. So it's built into them. God put this into their nature, and God put in man's nature this belief in him. This is biblical. Go look at the first page of Romans. Every single person believes in God. It's built into us. It's manifest in us. This is what the scripture says. Read the first page of Romans. So when an atheist says they don't believe in God, they're just lying. Now, they can say they reject God. See, I would have a lot more respect for atheists if they were honest and say, well, I reject God. And there are some like that. They're angry at God, you know. Hey, at least they're honest and they're saying they're angry. But when they're saying these really dishonest lies that they're the default position, it really shows that they don't really know what they're talking about. It's just ignorant. Now, do you guys know who Christopher Hitchens is? Christopher Hitchens is an atheist who really is a good example of what atheism is. It's evil. Atheism is evil, you guys. It is rebellion to God. It is hate for anyone that wants to do God's will. Look what Christopher Hitchens said about Mother Teresa. I'm not making this up. Go do some research on it. Do a Google search, where he said that Mother Teresa, excuse my language, Mother Teresa is a whore. That's what he said about Mother Teresa. Now, I'm not a Catholic, but I know when I see someone that is doing God's will. Mother Teresa was the furthest thing from a whore, but this is what atheists are saying about Mother Teresa. I was talking to an atheist recently in the chat room, and by the way, if you want to hear these actual me talking to actual atheists, not text, but actual audio, where you could hear it, and some of the shocking things they say, you guys, click below this video here, and you can hear it. But Christopher Hitchens, you know what, maybe I should get around this, this truck with the carpet. Christopher Hitchens was calling Mother Teresa a woman that gave all her life to the poor. Didn't drive around in a Lamborghini or even a Suzuki SV1000 motorcycle. She lived in a little rotten little hut out there, and helping to build hospitals and help people in India over there, help to heal them and help to feed them. I mean, you know, the lady was awesome. And Christopher Hitchens, this atheist, said that she's a whore. This is why I left the evil of atheism. Why would anybody want to be associated with such an evil ideology? You know, China is official atheist state-run government, and they're killing people over there if you believe in God. They have state-run churches. So the next time someone goes ahead and says, well, atheism is the default position, they're full of it, you guys. I think that those of you that are my atheist subscribers, listen, you are too good for atheism. You need to leave that humanism. It's humanism. You're too good for it. God has called you for something better than the disgusting evil of atheism. Get out of atheism now. I did. God bless you guys.
Maranatha.